They're here. Let's do an unboxing. I'm following your lead, I'm following this feeling. I'm conquering the spirit, I'm busting through the ceiling. I'm following your lead, I'm following this feeling. I'm conquering the spirit, I'm busting through the ceiling. I'm following your lead, I'm following this feeling. I'm conquering the spirit, I'm busting through the ceiling. I'm following your lead, I'm following this feeling. Conquering the spirit, I'm busting through the ceiling. Busting through the ceiling, busting through the I'm following your lead, I'm following the feeling. I'm conquering the spirit, I'm busting through the ceiling. I'm following your lead, I'm following this feeling. Conquering the spirit, I'm busting through the ceiling. Busting through the ceiling, busting through the I'm following your lead, I'm following this feeling. Conquering the spirit, I'm busting through the ceiling. Following your lead, I'm following this feeling. Conquering the spirit, I'm 1, 2, 3, go! I'm following your lead, I'm following the feeling. I'm conquering the spirit, I'm busting through the ceiling. I'm on my way, succeeding with hope, and you were sure I couldn't agree that we were meant to be. But our love is what they talk about in movies. Our love is what they talk about, what they talk about. Yeah, we were wild and free, and you know everything about me. So wild and free, and you know everything about me. You know everything about, you know everything about me. You know everything about, you know everything about me. You know everything about, you know everything about me. You know everything about, you know everything about me. You know everything about, you know everything about me. You know everything about, you know everything about. Save me from myself. I really need your help. I'm going under. Save me from myself. I'm The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce.
Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. I have come, it's cold and losing my control. It's crazy, but you could save me from my isolation. It's too complicated. Stop this conversation. Night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, alone the darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. No relation. We got no relation. No relation. It's crazy. It goes like this. You could save me. I'm my isolation. It's you complicated. Stop this conversation.
Add sparkle to any design with glitter stickers by Sticker Mule. Glitter stickers are a fun way to
Fireflies in the sky, and they're coming down and hit the ground now. Run around, chase all my dreams. Will you come with me tonight? Be my firefly, my firefly, my firefly tonight. You come with me, firefly, my firefly, my firefly tonight. You come with me.
Okay, sweet. Can everybody hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I've been talking for like the last minute or so.
I put in the chat. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, and then I looked down because it keeps trying to default to my game driver.
Ah,
I was trying to say it's funny because YouTube is the only way we can play music right now.
really?
Yes, because I don't have a mixer. Just got word that I won't have a mixer for another 2 weeks.
Wow. What'd
Yeah,
you do
fun
to
time.
yours?
It just stopped working. It didn't turn on anymore. And then on top of that, even more fun, on Instagram, my keyboard keeps typing backwards.
Oh,
So, and there's no way to fix it other than closing Instagram. And I'm like, okay, well, that'll cut off the stream. So if you're watching on Instagram right now, I'm not going to be able to respond to chat, which kind of upsets me right now. Just all the technical difficulties that can happen all at once happening just because the system is just designed to hate us right now.
damn that system.
I know. It's killing me. But anyways, let's get ready to go here.
Yes.
Stop that. Again, it's not as fun. Let's start the show.
Yes.
Internet, you're kidding me.
Distance nerding.
Oh, we are here. For every time of the week, we are getting ready for the build. We're gonna build some stuff. We're gonna have some fun.
Yes.
I am your boy, Young Phil. To my side here is the one, the only, the most handsome beard in the industry. This is my boy Graveyard. How you doing, Graveyard?
Good, good. I mean, all your technical difficulties aside.
All the technical. Again, this is like the worst time ever for my mixer to go out. It's like, we have interviews lined up for the rest for the next 3 months. And I can't do the music the right way. I can't play the theme the right way. It's just, this is I highly apologize to everybody out there.
And your gaming streams have been fun too.
Yeah, you get to see all the mess ups and me messing everything up.
Hey, Say Wong, James, how do we get an Instagram? It's not
James
live
is no, it is live on Instagram. James is on the Instagram right now saying you're technically difficult.
Oh, I mean that's fair.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing with Instagram is it doesn't put the chat inside of our chat screen. So there's a separate chat window for Instagram that I have to have open. So it's all fun stuff. Oh snap! Our boy Matt Aguilar in the chat. What's up, Matt? Comicbook.com.
Yes.
And just from Matt, just because before we introduce the guest here in a second, because we got to do our plugs in a second here, but Matt, our bracket right now is worst comic book movie adaptation. So
it's comic book or is it video game movie?
Oh, sorry, video game movie adaptation.
Yes. Did you guys run that last week when I was away?
We did. I didn't write anything down, so I'm gonna have to give you the results at the beginning, because we got fairly good through like the beginning of it. So, but before we get into that, guys, of course, let's talk sponsors. Let's talk about what keeps the lights on, what continues us doing the show and everything like that. You know, because we are not here doing this show without the fine folks over at Poddex. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's Poddex. Poddex are a unique interview, question, and episode starting prompt in the palm of your hand. So whether you are a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, you're going to want to level up and use poddex.com, guys. Now, Poddex are amazing. I almost wore my Poddex shirt tonight. I didn't, but we got the Poddex on there. Of course, if you're into close-up magic, Graveyard's got you. Now, we use Poddex in our interviews, and Graveyard also uses Poddex on Conversations in the Void. So, I mean, we highly use these cards. Let's give them an example. Give them some close-up magic. What is our question of the day?
If you were designing your own fragrance to represent you, what would you call it?
I would call mine. I'm pretty sure you didn't want that.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the name of my fragrance. And then when you smell it, it smells like tacos and regrets.
Yeah. Mine would be Beards of Sorrow.
Yes. Beards of Sorrow is great.
Yes.
Oh God.
The essence of spam would be
the essence of spam. Matt, are you a big spam eater? I mean, so am I. I love spam. Spam is delicious. Spam and eggs is my jam. Look at this guy. No. Or spam fried rice. Woo! Hawaiian staple, bro. Oh, delicious. All right. So that being said right there, of course, ladies and gentlemen, if the show is brought to you by Poddex, then the entire channel, everything we do, lies. Young Phil, me, myself, I am brought to you by W. That's right. So bad, no sound effects. All right. W is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. W contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Guys, there's one thing that powers W that makes it different from everything else that's out there. And what that is Neurofactor. Neurofactor is a neurotropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor gives your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. Guys, find out more about W at www.w.gg. Use the code NERDING10. Get 10% off your order. So worth it. There's like 5 new flavors that I haven't bought yet because I'm poor. But it's like, I'll get them eventually. It'll happen eventually.
Will they ever make the pickle flavored W that I've been writing to them every single day for the past 6 months?
If they do, I will stop drinking W. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our plugs. So let's get right into this.
Yes.
Before I switch over cameras and everything like that, I want to introduce our guest. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we haven't had much on this, but after reading the comic, this first at least the first couple pages that we got here were very relatable, and this book already seems like it's moving in a direction where I'm like, I want more. You know what I mean? I want to see where this goes. And we have the pleasure of having on, I believe he's the writer, and he's a creative force behind everything on here. Ladies and gentlemen, and I'm gonna ask him this question because he was brought to us by Darren Chibi. And I have to ask him this question because he was at Veteran Comic Con. I'm assuming he's a vet, right? Like myself, right? So it's another thing for me to be able to relate to him with, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, without more fanfare or anything else on here, ladies and gentlemen, let us bring on to the show for the first time, Marcus Vaughn from Troja Entertainment.
Hey. Howdy.
I still have the children. All right. We're doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just getting off work.
Oh, I feel it. No, we get that. We're in the same boat, man, because we're usually getting off of work and scrambling to get everything up and ready and running for the show.
Hey, we gotta have 2 jobs if we artists, right?
Exactly.
At least 2.
Exactly. So yeah, man. Again, just kind of starting off. I'm assuming you're a vet, right?
I am.
All right. What branch did you serve in?
I was in the Army.
In the Army? Oh God, you're one of us. All right.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. Oh God. All right. I was in special operations, so like you're one of those. You're one of those guys. Like after a while, you hate the word "hua," right? Or it becomes ironic. It starts becoming ironic after a while, right?
Honestly, the only reason I'm using it is because you was in it with me,
Exactly, because we understand.
I don't use it normally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I had an NCO that used to call, again, because it was always using it ironically, right? I had an NCO that would call anyone E5 or above was big hua.
Was big hua,
yeah. And anyone that was lower enlisted was little hua.
Little
right?
hua, yeah.
So he would
that's like a thing. I don't know who made that up, but it's like a did they do the grid squares thing on you?
Yes. Oh, they tried. They tried to do it to me. They got me. They got you.
They got me.
They tried to do it to me in airborne school, and it didn't work out, right? Because they were just like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna mess with this guy," and they tried to do the grid square thing. They were like, "Hey, go get me a box of grid squares." I was like, "So you need a box of maps?" I was like, "Technically, that ain't wrong."
Yeah, exactly.
So,
like,
I mean, I can
no,
go
like
find
literally,
maps.
like literally, we were on training in Fort Knox, and they was all like, "Oh, they wanted to mess with me because I'm a fresh private, whatever."
Right.
They're like, "Oh, go get us a box of grid squares." I'm traveling all across the camp looking for these things, and then finally somebody had mercy on me and was all like, "Bruh, they messing with you."
Grid squares don't exist.
And I was like, "Oh, I got."
I got a couple privates with on PMCS days on Mondays, right? I got a couple privates with I need an exhaust sample.
Oh snap, that one. Yeah.
I need a pole extenders.
See, I'm not. See, after grid squares, you ain't getting me again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wait, did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So you remember when he said, "Go get me the breastplate stretcher"? Now I was like, yes, that is it.
Such an Army joke.
Yeah, that's a for real Army joke right there.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what was another one, man? God, there was so many of those, man, where we you just mess with the young privates that don't understand what's going on.
Man, honestly, God love him and have mercy on him, because I know what it's like. It does not feel good to be a dairy fresh private in a room full of specialists and E5. It sucks.
Oh my God, the amount of fuckery I did as an E4, because I got out as an E4, so I mean, like, the amount of fuckery I did as a specialist, just messing with like every private that I could.
No, E4s are the worst.
Oh yeah, no, the E4 mafia is terrible, man.
They don't care about nothing. Like it's almost, it's like I graduated out of being a private. I'm not yet an E5, so I'm gonna have as much I'm gonna dance around the rules and have as much crazy fun as I can. So,
Exactly.
Well,
Well,
E4 is the worst.
The way that we used to do it was we would always mess with new privates because like when you're fresh out of AIT, fresh out of basic and all that, you don't know half the time. You don't know that a E4 is just an overpaid private.
Yeah, pretty much. You're just
right.
an overpaid private.
And they think that for some reason they think that we're something, right? Because we don't have the chevron, we got the sham shield, right? So like so
the upside down, whatever that is, it's basically it's like an upside down E3.
Right. It's a chevron and a rocker upside down for some reason.
Upside down.
Right?
And it's solid black, so I guess that means something.
So they think it's like a rank, right? And it's like, I mean, we're nothing, right? But you play off of that, right? And it's like, oh yeah, they don't know that I'm just an overpaid private, right? So like
I had one specialist, like he literally was real about it. He was over here like, I don't even know why they have a rank called specialist. Like he was just like, it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. So it's like, we would mess with privates pretty hard, man. And just especially because like, I was in a unit called the 112 Signal Battalion out of Bragg, right? And you would get privates fresh out.
You was in Bragg. So you was in NC.
I was in what?
You was in NC, North
Carolina.
Yeah. I was y'all's rivals.
Who was our rival? Where were you at? South Carolina?
I was 101st.
Oh God! All right, you were in Kentucky.
I was 101st. Up in Kentucky.
You were in the unit that is that classifies themselves as airborne, but is no longer.
But they're not really airborne exactly. They're air assault.
Air assault.
They've been airborne since I don't know
since World War
II.
Yeah, since World War II, they stopped being airborne. They haven't done airborne operations. You guys have you got your sling loads now, but
we repel. We don't we don't jump out. I still wanted to go to Bragg to do jump school though. Because
they had the re-up school at Bragg, but I mean everybody does everything at Benning.
Right. Oh, right. That's true. That's true. They do. But what were you saying? I'm sorry, I cut you off. You was talking about.
I mean, it probably wasn't anything important, but I mean, like, we've been gushing over Army stuff, but let's actually get into the interview here.
Yeah, my bad. Hey, look, when don't let two vets get in the room. Good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll just talk Army stuff and Army stories all day. So I mean, like that's just kind of what it is.
Exactly. Hey,
especially when we're in the Army.
But you said what?
Especially when we're in the Army.
Exactly. No, the stories are endless when you're in the Army. Like when I first got to my unit, they made me hold a boulder, like this big rock over my head.
Yeah.
And they was like, "Tell us your life story." I started telling my life story. He's like, "No." He's like, "There's like, hold that rock over your head and tell us your life story." Like, what?
Every unit has its dumb shit that it does. Like the 82nd does says quote unquote qualifying, where they hang you in a tree upside down.
Oh no! I'm glad I didn't go there.
Yeah,
I'd have protested.
Yeah.
I got court-martialed the first day. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, they would hang you in a tree upside down, and the idea was to see how long you could last before you passed out.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, and that ended up becoming what's the word I'm looking for right now? That ended up becoming hazing.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like it. But back then that was just rite of passage.
And that's exactly how the 82nd looks at it, because like in the 75th, it's just whatever dumb shit they made you do, right?
Right.
I had an E6 that came by one time. We were waiting for somebody to come by and open up a shed for us so we can do some area beautification, Army staple. And he comes by, and especially in special operations, NCOs are just going to be dickheads just because they can be.
Yeah.
Right. And he comes by and he goes, "What'd you say, Private?" He just comes by and goes, "What'd you say, Private? What are you doing?" And I was like, shit. And I had to answer him, right? You know, we're waiting for somebody to open the shed. Sergeant, oh, you're talking back to me now. Damn it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
He
Everything
goes,
you
okay.
say is wrong.
Right.
Everything.
And he goes, okay, so well, you know, you're gonna go ahead and mow the lawn for me. You're gonna cut the grass for me, right?
Oh,
Well, you're the lawnmower.
no.
So I had the wheelbarrow, right? And he had me pick it with my hands. And after a while, he goes, I don't hear the engine. I had to go vroom, 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 and start picking grass with my hands. It sucked.
Oh my gosh.
That's the kind of dumb stuff they made me do. And then we got tab checks, right? So tab checks in the Ranger Regiment is if an NCO walks by, or anybody, an E4 can do it if they're Ranger qualified, if they got the Ranger tab, right? If somebody walks by with the Ranger tab, they'll tell you tab check, right? And that's where you look down at your shoulder. If you don't have a Ranger tab, you do 25 for the airborne Ranger in the sky.
We lost him here.
Oh no! Oh well, hopefully we get him back here.
Yeah. Oh,
there he goes. There he goes.
Oh,
he's back.
Sorry about that, y'all.
No worries, no worries. No, so I was saying, like, you know, if they walk by, they'll say tab check, and then the idea is you look down at your shoulder. If you don't have a Ranger tab, you do 25 for the airborne Ranger in the sky, right?
Mm-hmm.
They could stack those. So if you had 3 NCOs that walked by with tabs and said tab check, that's 75 on the spot.
Oh man! So wait, 75? Like you had to smack face?
Yeah, exactly. You had to beat your face 75 times.
No. Oh man. Okay. One last story before we get to the real meat and potatoes. All right.
Right.
So I'm at training again in Fort Knox. I don't know what I did to make my NCO mad. I probably was just breathing.
Probably. I was just saying exactly. You were breathing.
I was breathing. So he makes me take the you know how they have those water containers, you know, with the plunger, you know, with the little thing that you press.
Yeah, the water
get
cans.
a little water. Yeah.
Right.
He makes me take it on my shoulders and lunge over to the water camel and fill it up all the way and lunge back. All the other NCOs looking at me, laughing, talking about, that's that good workout, man. No, it isn't. I'm getting abused.
He's like, look here, he a PT machine. Look at that.
Yeah, no, they were cheering me on and all that. I'm like, y'all, this ain't funny. Like, they don't like me over here. They're treating me like they don't like me.
It's just in your head, like, I hate all of you.
Yeah, I hate all you guys. I hate all you guys. But at the end of the day, we all had a good time. Like they made me do. Then right after that, they made me do like 60 push-ups on the spot, and I'm like, I guess it just never ends.
We had to do something called third platoon push-ups, right? And basically what it was is when you got to your unit, your rite of passage, was the minute you got there, you had to do 100 burpees.
Oh man.
Yeah, so they just made you do 100 burpees for no reason, and basically an NCO just sat there and counted it. Now, luckily, my team leader was cool, so he was just like, as I was getting tired, he was just like, no, just drop, man. Don't even worry about the push-up. Just just keep doing it, man. He goes, as long as you keep going and you don't stop, he goes, I'll count them.
That's Army mercy for you right there.
But like he was cool though. You know, like my first squad leader was cool, man. Like he was a good dude.
Sounds like I missed out. You know,
should have joined the Army.
My dad was a Marine, not by choice.
So should have joined the Army.
You'd have had an amazing time.
My dad's like, no, never go. Because like I said, he was drafted for Vietnam. So
gotcha.
Yeah. Fun times though. It's lots of stories.
So let's
guys, hang on a second.
Okay. Well, the stories have been fun, but we really do got to get
dropped off again.
No, I know when he gets back, we do have to get into the interview. That's my fault because that's kind of like you know me. Anytime we get somebody who's in the Army, it's always like as soon as I talk to another vet, it's like vet stories the entire time.
Yeah. I keep telling my dad that he should get a tattoo of his skin kind of torn and have the Marine logo and colors beneath the skin.
The problem with doing that. Oh, go ahead, Marcus.
No, my bad. Okay, so we get into the questions.
Yeah. And I was going to answer Graveyard's question real quick. So the problem with doing that is that's what we call a boot, right? It's not a good thing to be a boot. Because in the Marine Corps, like, if you get like a full-on Marine tattoo, then it's just kind of more like being a tryhard. So I'm sure your dad is like, nah, I'm cool.
Well, he's also 75, so
yeah. Like like what we do is one of these right here. You can barely see it in there, but when you deploy, you get your unit tattooed on your arm.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it.
Well, I mean, just like Rico and Riz.
Oh yeah, the death from above.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so let's get into this as soon as Marcus gets back up here. Hopefully, okay, cool. So yeah, let's get into these questions here, man. So before we get into your story, everything that's about you, let's learn a little bit about you, right? I'm gonna ask a couple of questions here that are just kind of like learning more about who you are, right? So, if a movie was made about your life, who would play you and why?
Who would play me? Whoo. Okay. It's a good question. It's the only
kind of questions we ask around here.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I have to think about that. I guess who would play me in a movie? That is a damn good question. Let me see. Whoo. All right, it's on the tip of my tongue. I want to say no, I don't want to say him. Let me I guess Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
when he was younger.
So DH Samuel.
Yeah.
So like in the Marvels.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Captain Marvel.
No,
there you go.
Exactly.
But would you be saying motherfucker as many times as he does?
I mean, there was a time when that was coming out my mouth a lot, so there was a time when that was every other word for me.
I mean, you were in the Army, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was everybody's word there, Yeah, there was a time where that,
At one point, that's the only word we know. So that's
the only word we knew, Exactly. Was that and other very derogatory words.
Very, very derogatory words.
Yeah. There was
That's a good answer, man. That's a good answer. So we've got a segment on the show called Growing Up Geeky. Okay.
Uh-huh.
What did you geek out on when you were a kid?
Ooh, Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
Dragon Ball Z for sure. Dragon Ball Z. What else? There was a lot of stuff I really geeked out on. Dragon Ball Z was like the main thing. Me and my cousin would be rushing home from school just to make sure we didn't miss the episodes.
Next time on Dragon Ball
Z. Yeah, man. The Cell Saga. We was going so crazy with that. All right, this is gonna sound weird, but my cousin really geeked out over Sailor Moon, and he got me into it. So I used to geek out over Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon is dope. I don't care what anybody says. Sailor Moon was dope.
Sailor Moon was dope. Was really dope. Yeah. And let me see. Okay, because I'm I'm a little older. Like I'm like 35. So
we're the same. I'm 36, man. So
okay, I'm older than both. There we go.
So
he's 39. So
I'm 39. Okay. Yeah.
Close, okay. Okay. All right. So I'm among friends here.
Exactly.
But yeah, what else would I geek out about? I geeked out about a lot of stuff. Like I'm a big movie fan, so there's a lot of movies I geeked out about. One of my Darkwing Duck. I geeked out about Darkwing Duck back in the day.
Dangerous.
Darkwing Duck. That was the one for me right there.
Oh yeah, that was a perfect Batman parody.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
I've never
was.
seen one.
Oh, Batman too. Batman the animated
Yes.
series.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And just Batman in general, you know.
Yeah,
He's
no,
he's like my favorite superhero back in the
yeah,
day.
I'm with you on that, man. Kevin Conroy is my Batman.
And Mark Hamill. Mark
that is
Hamill
the
is our
Batman.
Joker.
Yeah, Mark
You know?
Hamill will forever be my Joker.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Kevin Conroy, there's nobody who does the Batman voice like Kevin Conroy. You know?
No. Everyone
else
tries to just emulate Kevin Conroy, especially the
Exactly.
animation.
Exactly.
At this point, that is exactly what it is. Everybody is trying to be Kevin Conroy. You know, it's the same thing where, so like when Troy Baker started doing Joker, he was emulating Mark Hamill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like Mark Hamill, he turned the Joker into like, I mean, Jack Nicholson, of course, like, you know, he turned it into something just out of this world, right?
Mhm.
He turned it from being a parody to like a real character, you know.
Right.
But what Mark Hamill did was he like immortalized the character with that laugh, man. Like,
Yeah.
still no one can do that laugh like Mark Hamill.
No, not at all.
I freaked out. I remember geeking out over that when I was all like, "Oh man, that's Luke."
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that like throws me off about it is that
He was Luke Skywalker first, right? So it's like, you know, like Luke Skywalker is the Joker.
Yeah, the Joker. Like, I didn't see that coming.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, so is Batman kind of like a big mainstay then with going into your comic books? You know, one of your styles that you like to read a lot about still to this day?
Oh well, when it comes to the comic book, when it comes to writing, like when I first started writing, I actually based a lot of my writing style off of anime, just watching a whole bunch of anime. So I was very much into Naruto at the time, and I was very much into like all these other animes that I've watched. Like I've watched like a whole list of them. I used to waste my life away watching animes. Like I looked like the most saddest grown man you've ever seen. Just wasting my life away.
I still watch anime,
episode
man.
after episode. No, I still watch it too. I'm just saying the amount that I was watching was probably a little bad, but you know, because I would literally be like, after one episode done, okay, next episode. 5-6 hours go by, and I'm still like, next episode. You know, so
I 100% relate to that, man.
yeah, you know, but like, I guess I'm a little more balanced in my watching now, but yeah, back then I was going crazy with it.
Yeah, like I'll binge Demon Slayer now.
Oh yeah, you know, I still need to get into that.
Demon Slayer's a lot shorter, so it's not, you know, it's a lot easier to follow. But I mean, like, still, I'll do the same thing with Demon Slayer. I will sit there and binge a whole season.
Someone said, "Whoa, wasting your life away." I feel attacked.
It's James.
No,
James,
not like
that's
that. I'm just saying, like, you know, like I would like, you know, no offense to you, James, but I would be. I was 20 years old with no job, just watching anime, not going out getting a job. So that was not good.
I think James is just a little jealous because he has like 80 kids, so he can't just do that.
Oh, right.
Like I just mentioned a second ago, James is our other main host on the show. So
yeah, so give him all the crap you want.
Yeah, you can give him all the crap.
But yeah, like I was saying, like my writing style was very much inspired by watching anime. Like when I first wrote my first comic, City of Troja, I didn't want to write a comic. I wanted to write an anime, but I realized that it was expensive and it, you know, possibly couldn't be done in the situation that I was in at the time. So I was like, well, you know, I got the idea. Well, you know, someone gave me the idea to do a comic instead, and then I did a comic instead.
Gotcha. So is that the kind of like the origin story for Troja Entertainment as a company? It started.
It started from that one comic, City of Troja, and like honestly, like you send me you guys' information. I'll send you some copies of the whole thing.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You can check it out. You can check it out yourself and see how you like it. You know, basically, Troja is a city that is very like kind of run down, kind of like Oakland. So you know where I live. So you know,
So I'm from
basically,
the- I get it.
I based Troja off of Oakland,
Okay.
and you know, and City of Troja is about these five, I think there's 5 or 6 teenagers, and you know, like preteens and teenagers, they get together, and they decide that they want to, you know, sort of like revolutionize the city, change it for the better, change all the things that's wrong with it, and then after that, um, I was given the idea, like, because you know, the idea for St. Jude, which y'all read, that actually came to me when I was 13, because you know I was raised in the Seventh Day Adventist church. I was raised a Seventh Day Adventist Christian, and I always wanted to make a Christian like story, and that came to me like, you know, like it's like God gave it to me. He gave it to me when I was like 13, but I just never did anything with it. And then, you know, fast forward like some many years, like 20 years later, I'm like 33. And it's like God was telling me, why didn't you never do nothing with that? And I was like, I don't know. You know, so I started writing, and I started writing St. Jude. And then like literally not too long after I wrote it, this is how I know God was involved in it. Cause like not too long after I wrote it, I found an illustrator like in a month. And he read it and was all like, oh, because truth be told, I can't illustrate worth anything. I'm not that guy. I'm a writer. You know, I can't draw.
Yeah.
Everybody who does everybody who's on my projects, they're like very, very talented artists, you know, and I'm very, very proud of the work that they do, but I can't do it myself. So I definitely come out of pocket and hire people. And the guy I hired to do St. Jude was named Dave. His name is David Brame. Shout out to amazing David Brame on Instagram. Check him out, y'all. He dope. And you know, he read the story and was all like, "Oh, I really dig this." And you know, he still likes working on it. Like when I get chapter 3 all set up, he's gonna work on it again.
Absolutely.
So how many do you have complete so far of this series?
I have 2 chapters complete.
2 chapters. How many plans do you have altogether?
I want it to be 3 seasons and about 12 chapters apiece.
Okay.
Because what I want to do is, because see, St. Jude also takes place in Troja, and then I have City of Troja, which that was illustrated by Paris Allen. I don't know if y'all know who Paris Allen is. Shout out to Paris Allen. He's also a great illustrator. I think he's working for Marvel now, so you know, I can't get a hold of him anymore. But I also have a third comic book coming out called Sergeant Tusk, and you know, shout out to Craze Kai. Hey, you know, she illustrates that one, and she does like really amazing work. Y'all should check her out too. She's great.
Yeah, actually, I put a picture of Sergeant Tusk in the announcement for this.
Yeah, Sergeant Tusk. Yeah, that's for the Army folk. You know what I mean? It's also faith based. Everything I do is faith based. You know, it all has to do with God and Christ. So but I made Sergeant Tusk. That was a very special one to me because it was made because of my he was a guy considered to be like my dad. His name was Harold, and he was a Vietnam War vet.
Okay,
you know? And he was very he's one of those, he didn't mince words. You know, he got to be, you know, E7, and he was just he did 2 tours in Nam, and you know, served 20 years, got his retirement, all that, you know. And he was just really just down to earth, but it was like he was like a young man in an old man's body. Like, you know, I ain't never seen 60-year-olds do pull-ups until I met that man. You know, so I wrote it. I wrote Sergeant Tusk for him, and I called him and told him that I wanted to do that. And I told him, I was like, because the reason I call it Sergeant Tusk is because his name was Harold Horn. So I was like, I don't want to call it Horn. I was like, let's just call it Tusk instead. And he was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool. You could do that." But the main character's name is Harold, like him. So, unfortunately, he's dead, and you're not gonna be able to see it. But we talked about it, and I interviewed him before like I wrote it. So it's gonna I believe it's gonna be like my best one. I feel like it's my best one yet. And basically it's about a he's a wolf. He's a soldier that was drafted, or not drafted. He volunteered during World War II. And I mean, Harold, he volunteered during Vietnam, but I changed the story a little bit.
Yeah.
So he volunteered. So in the story, Harold Tusk volunteers during World War II. And while he's in basic training, he gets visited by an angel who tells him, he's like, God is blessing you with a gift that no matter how old you get, or how you age, you'll still have the strength and vigor of your youth, and your eyes will never dim, and your hearing will never go bad. You'll basically age, but you'll have all the strength and vigor of a youthful man like you are now.
That's an interesting concept. I like that.
Yeah.
And I got that from, in the Bible, Moses. They say Moses, in the Bible, Moses lived to be 120 years old.
Right.
But even though he lived to be 120 years old, the Bible says he never lost his youthful vigor. Basically said his eyes never dimmed, and he never lost his youthful strength.
Right.
So he still had like the strength of a young man, but he just looked old.
Right.
So yeah. So when I read that in the histories, and I was reading that in the biblical histories, I was like, that sounds like Harold. So I was like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah. And I believe that one's gonna be my best one, because it's chock full of stuff that only if you were in the army that you would know.
Right. It's that guy that's still doing PT and he's still a PT stud.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's like an older NCO though.
Exactly. It's like, and there's language in there that you'd only know if you were in the army. Like, like in the first few scenes, a drill sergeant is calling somebody, like calling them a soup sandwich. So I was like, yeah, my boys who was in, they definitely gonna know what that means.
Or maybe in another one, it all depends on kind of what content you're putting out on that, right? But like, have an NCO call him a dick.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Get an infantry combat killer.
Yeah, infantry combat, or a Blue Falcon.
Oh God, Blue Falcon! I've mentioned being a Blue Falcon on the show before.
Oh man, like I in chapter 1, there's somebody, there's always that one dude that gets picked on real bad by the drill sergeant.
Yeah.
And the drill sergeant's calling him a zombie. He looks at everybody else. He's like, get a load of this zombie, men. Learn from him, because he's a dead man walking. and that line is literally in the comic book. So like, I can't wait for y'all to see it.
I love it.
Yeah.
So how many people? I mean, you're writing, so you have artists. How many people are part of your team then when creating these?
Well, I mean, I don't know if I call them part of my. Well, I guess they're sort of part of my team, but I don't really want to say that, because it's like, they do a lot of their own stuff. I just hire them. Like, we have contracts, and they're only hired for the job, and
right.
if they like it, they continue. But I have right now I only have 2 artists that's still sticking with me, and I had one, Paris Allen was sticking with me, but he got so busy with Marvel, he had to do his own thing.
Right.
So I'm currently looking for another artist to take over City of Troja Chapter 2 and so on, because I have like 13 chapters of that already written.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So with being a writer and conveying your ideas to artists, how much collaboration there? I'm sure there's lots back and forth, with your ideas that you have in your head of what it wants to look like versus kind of what comes out. What's that like?
Oh, it's actually not too bad. You can ask anybody who works with me. They love working with me because the way I describe stuff, it leaves little to be expounded upon. Like like I'm very detailed with my scripts because I'm a script writer, like by but that's my primary is script writing.
Right.
Okay.
So I like to be very detailed. So like I even pull frame grabs and show people how I want the angle to look. Like I'm like, okay, so I'm like, so this panel I want the angle to be like this, and stuff like that. Like yeah, I've had plenty of people tell me like, oh, like the way you the way you describe the scenes and everything is actually perfect for me because it's I can see it and I can just do it. So it's actually not as much back and forth. Like I'll hire somebody, give them the script, months will go by and we won't even talk to each other.
Yeah, because you've already got everything written out in the script already, and you've already kind of described everything, so it makes it easy for the artist to.
Yeah. And I've heard from other artists that some writers are very difficult to work with.
Right.
But by God's grace, I'm not one of them. I'm trying to make it easy because my thing is like, if I make it hard for you, you're gonna mess up the work. So like, I try to make it really easy because like it's it for the work's sake. It's better for everyone involved.
Right.
Yeah, and that's impressive to be able to kind of write out exactly what you want it to look like and then be able to translate. I mean, that's your kudos to your writing then to be able to convey that so well. The word storyboarding essentially.
It's kind of that's a great way to put it. It's like word storyboarding. Like with Sergeant Tusk, my goodness, because it's like that one. It definitely took a lot of detail because not only are we talking about military situations, we're talking about like a different time.
Right.
So that means costuming has to be good. That means whatever vehicles were driven have to be accurate. How I even got detailed to the point of how the street lamps look.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm like, well, it has to look like the 40s. You know what I mean? Like, so I literally, like, if you see the script, you'll see all these screen grabs of like what lights looked like in the 40s, what buses looked like in the 40s, how people dressed in the 40s, stuff like that. Like it's all in there because like I said, when it comes to hiring people, I like to hire people, give them the work, make it as detailed as possible, so it just works better for everyone.
Right. Where does that story take place?
In Troja.
So it's still in Troja. So it's basically Oakland.
Yeah. Okay. It takes place in Troja. Like every comic I make takes place in Troja.
Okay.
Because I eventually want to merge them.
The Trojaverse.
The Trojan, exactly. The Trojaverse.
Kind of creating a universe ahead of time.
Exactly.
So I mean, obviously you have to, especially for Tusk, you have to do a lot of research then to even look up what you want everything to look like. I mean, how much time does that take to get that kind of detail for the costumes and the lights and stuff like that?
I don't even really focus on the time because I'm like an avid researcher. So I just when I just get to it, I just do it. And sometimes it takes days. Sometimes I could be on that for like 12 hours and not stop. So
oh wow.
sometimes it just takes a day because of how much work and effort I put into it. Because honestly, like this stuff is fun to me. It's not like a job. It's really fun. So
yeah.
I mean, that's what they say. They say that you do something you love. Every day you work is not work.
Exactly. Like I work at FedEx. That's a job. Like
Right.
I deliver packages all day. That is a job. But this is fun. I look forward to, writing scripts and, and taking an idea that God gave me and just putting it on paper, making it one step closer to actually becoming a realization.
Right. And the other thing is you also so you're also a filmmaker, correct?
Yes. I
Oh.
I recently made a short film called Beneath the City. It's like a found footage horror film. And it is
You are in Graveyard's whole
Yes.
spectrum. Graveyard is working on a found footage movie right now.
I am.
Graveyard also is with Horror Dads, which is a found footage company.
Oh, hey, we got to connect, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna make you a horror dad, man.
Yeah, I'll give you a I'll give you a sneak peek of the thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was lucky enough to be in a movie a couple months ago that's now coming to Amazon in the next week or two.
Oh man, that's good, man. Congratulations.
So, yeah, it's fun. I'm diving into that world head first. Bill knows all about it.
That's what's up. Yeah, because I didn't expect for it to reach the accolades that it actually reached, because I entered it into like 30 festivals or
nice.
more, and it won 3 awards in 3 different festivals. So it won best horror in San Francisco Art House. It won best horror in the Denver Film Awards, and it won best horror in the Cindy Indie Short Film Award.
Ooh, I definitely have to see this.
Sydney. Yeah, I mean, I look, I don't know about jump scares or nothing. We did our best. That's all I can say.
Apparently, you did well if you got 3 awards, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when we actually entered into film festivals and it got nominated and stuff, I was like, oh, I guess I can actually call myself a filmmaker.
There you go.
I've been putting it mostly in practice this whole time, because I actually went to film school in Academy of Art University, and and I learned a lot there, a lot of useful information. But this was the first time I actually made something and put it out there.
Right. Well, so that has to then correlate to even with your comics. So if you're setting up and making movies, obviously then your directions are all part of your writing process as well for the comics. Now, do you being an anime fan, do you write these comics in the idea that they would be episodics in an anime at one point?
Yeah, I absolutely did. I actually am. If you look at my Instagram page, you can see there's an intro for St. Jude of how I want it to look as an anime.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
To check that out.
I even I even got animators to animate St. Jude in the hopes that it will be a cartoon one day. I tried to send it into Angel Studios to, because they do a lot of faith-based content, but they said no. But it's okay, because somebody will say yes.
Yeah, absolutely, somebody will. Especially with the type of content that you're putting out, because again, the storytelling, that's one of my biggest things with anything that we read, that we go off of, is the storytelling. And I mean, again, I felt like it was very very identifying. At least St. Jude's character is easy to identify with.
Yeah, and that was all really because I really I really give myself over to prayer and to God when I write, and I think that's how God wanted him to be. He wanted him to be relatable, because a lot of people, when it comes to faith, they start from ground zero, and that's basically where Jude starts. He starts from ground zero. He's not really a child of extraordinary faith. He's he has an interest in the Bible itself, because that Bible that you see him grabbing in that one thing I sent you, that's the only thing he has left of his parents, because his parents died not too long after he was born. So he doesn't have anything from them except that Bible. And then how people, they make markings and they write stuff in the Bible, like to keep notes and stuff. So their writing is in there. Their markings are in there. So he's like, I get to feel close to my parents if I just hold on to this book. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's a man of faith or a child of faith. he's a child of who's interested in something because it holds a heartfelt place, for him.
Mhm.
But it's only when he actually starts calling on the name of the Lord and having encounters with the Lord, that's when he starts becoming somebody of faith, because he now looks at it and says, "Oh, this is real." So and that's what happens in chapter 2 without giving too much of it away.
Right.
But
And
chapter 1 is just like an introduction to
right.
who he is as a person and certain things that shaped him into the road that he went on.
And I think it's great. We've talked to some indie comic creators, stuff like that, and I think the story and the passion really shines through in independent stuff, whether it be movies, comic books, stuff like that. Just because it's not just a greedy corporation making the next X-Men 937.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
The next terrible X-Men 900.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's another thing I love about being an indie comic creator is because there's nobody looking over my shoulder telling me, "Oh, you shouldn't put that there." Not that it would matter, because I wouldn't listen to that. But it's kind of a relief to just be doing work like this without people telling you not to put this here, not to put this there. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah. But I love it. You know what I mean? Like, I really love doing this, and that's the thing. I didn't think I would love making comics until I started making them, and I realized how fun it is. How fun it is going to conventions and meeting people. And,
Right.
You never really. I mean, because you make something, but you never really think people are really gonna like it. Well, at least not me. Like I can be a little self-conscious sometimes and be like, "Ooh, I don't know if people are gonna like this."
Right.
But
And
I'll
I
put
mean,
it
you're
out there
always
anyway.
going to be your worst critic, man. So I mean, like, regardless of how good or how bad the work is, it's you're always going to be your worst critic,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
absolutely true. So you said you've been going to cons with these books, though. How's that been going for you? What's that reception been like?
I've gone to 3 conventions this year.
Okay.
I went to 1 convention before that. I went to Powerhouse Comic-Con, and it was a disaster because I just didn't know what I was doing, and I was terrible at what I was doing.
We were at Powerhouse too. Well, we're always at Powerhouse. We
okay.
we do all the interviews on stage.
Oh, okay. I'll see you in 2024.
Yeah,
Lord willing. Yeah, because I'm trying to. I signed an application to go.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard back from him yet, but I'll figure it out. I'll be there. I'll be there in proper order this time. I will make my reemergence to Powerhouse. And Lord willing, by the time of Powerhouse this time, maybe y'all will interview me at Powerhouse, because Sergeant Tusk will probably be out by then.
Yeah.
And I'll even give you guys a little copy since it was we got vets in the room. I'll give you a copy.
Right.
So Phil's distance learning planning to come pick me up. I'll be at the O'Hare Airport ready.
Hey, the plan is at some point to actually have you fly out and do cons with us. So,
yeah,
he's in Chicago.
I'm Chicago based.
Oh, okay. How's it out there right now? Cold.
It's only 38. I mean,
it's only 38. Wow. Only. Okay.
I mean, it did snow a little bit on Halloween, so
okay. It snowed a little bit.
He's like, just a little bit. It was fine. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm good.
I never heard anyone say it's only 38. That must be a Chicago thing. You guys are used to. You guys are used to worse, like 20s.
Usually this time of year it's about 0.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so only 38 is good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's 45 out.
It's a lot like fuck this.
It's what I'm saying. It's 45 out here in Cali, and I'm cold. You see, I'm wearing this sweater, and I'm in my house.
Well, we still sleep with our window open at
Oh,
this time of the year.
Jesus.
So,
Oh man, where are you living?
Hmm?
Where are you at?
oh, Chicago.
Oh, y'all both in Chicago?
No,
No, he's in Chicago.
No, I'm in
I'm in
Chicago.
Sac,
Yeah.
man. I'm in Sacramento.
yeah,
Oh, you're in Sacramento.
yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
me, yeah,
No,
I'm in
yeah.
Chicago. Yeah, we usually sleep with the window open year round,
Oh, okay.
just
In
because.
Chicago?
Yeah,
Why?
Because he's tripping. That's why.
this is nice out.
It's nice.
Oh, the pleasant 38. It's nice.
It's okay. His beard keeps him warm, so it's fine.
It does keep me warm.
Oh dear. Oh my goodness.
You gotta keep in mind where we live. We go. I've slept in a cave in February where the highest got was 0. So,
Yeah, man. I need, if I'm gonna do that, I need sleeping bags, wool blankets. I need the whole shebang. I probably need a portable heater to even do all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a. Nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, that's too much. That is, you're quite a guy. You're quite a guy.
It's and Graveyard's heard me make these jokes in the past, but it's what we in our community like to call white people shit.
I didn't want to say it. But I'm not gonna do any of that. Like,
it's fair. It's
fair. It's valid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh man.
So Powerhouse. So going back to cons, you have more cons planned then for 2024 as well.
Yeah, I actually am trying to go to the first one. I'm gonna go to, Lord willing, in 2024 would be BCAF, the Black Comic Arts Festival. So
Okay.
that's where I'm planning to go to that one, and that's in the 5th. I think from the 13th to the 15th of January in San Francisco. So a 3-day event. I've never done a 3-day event, so that is going to be quite exciting.
Nice. Do you have all your comics then available to purchase while you're at the cons?
The only one not available yet is Sergeant Tusk, but every other one is available.
Nice. But what's the reception been to the couple cons you have been?
They've been pretty good. Like, they've been pretty good. I mean, like, I've gotten a decent amount of traffic. Afro Comic Con was the best. Like, Afro Comic Con, but that was because like we were right in the middle of the Art and Soul Festival.
Okay.
So there was gonna be traffic, but Veteran Comic Con was beautiful, but not a whole lot of traffic. Decent traffic. I still did pretty good, and the reception towards it was very positive. Like St. Jude always sells out everywhere. Every Comic Con I go to, St. Jude is always taken off the shelf.
Good.
Yeah, it always sells out. Like I'm over here looking like it makes me feel bad because I'm like, man, chapter 2 is just sitting there all lonely. Won't y'all just buy chapter 2 if you're gonna buy chapter 1? You're gonna leave yourself at a cliffhanger. I purposely did that so that you would buy chapter 2.
That's awesome. So, I mean, do you ever have, if it doesn't make the anime, would you ever think about doing these as like a live action?
Cross my mind. It would be a possibility. I'm gonna just say that it would be a possibility. It definitely crossed my mind. Don't know if it will actually happen yet. I'm gonna try to see what I can do with the TV show still, but like I said, it's crossed my mind because it would definitely be like, because I have panels already made. It's kind of like the pre-prep is like halfway done.
Right.
So that definitely crossed my mind. I don't know if I don't know yet. I can't give you an honest answer if I know yet if I'll do it, but it's an idea.
And I mean, it would be fairly easy to do storyboarding when you have a comic book already. So
Definitely. All I would basically have to do is just retype up a script to be like, TV or TV form,
Right.
and then just do some casting,
right.
and then it's like, all she is this like, it's there she goes from there.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're gonna you can Frank Miller that that stuff.
Yeah,
Just,
maybe I should. Maybe you guys have just given me an idea. Maybe I should do that, because it's. I think it's about time for St. Jude to go somewhere besides just being on the page.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool, especially with indie films, even well setting up in Troja too. Have that multimedia attack.
Right. Oh, and also Beneath the City too. Beneath the City takes place in Troja.
Yeah, there you go.
So there's actually a character in there. Like I said, I'll send you guys the link.
Yeah.
Just send me whatever info or whatever on Instagram. I'll send you guys the link to watch it. There's a character in there called Simon. I actually want to do a graphic novel with Simon, and with that actor who played Simon. The idea I have, because like I said, I can't draw, but I wrote a script for this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to do is I want to take a film camera, and I want to take a photo camera, and I want to take pictures of every scene that I want shown, and I'm gonna and I want to take the pictures and put them in Photoshop and turn them into a comic book, as well as a film.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, look out for that. That's definitely a movie that I want to do. It's gonna be like a film noir, because I love film noir.
Yeah,
it's like a faith-based film noir detective movie called and I call it The Seasoned Saint.
The Seasoned Saint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Seasoned Saint.
Noir. I love noir so much.
Yeah, I love noir. Noir is one of my top favorite. I have three most favorite categories, and that is Western, noir, and sci-fi.
Yes.
So, not to talk about another guest we're going to be having on, but I think it's next month we're going to have a artist and writer for a book called Poe Noir.
Oh.
And he took all of the Edgar Allan Poe properties and turned them into updated film noir.
Hey, that's pretty dope. I gotta is that like a comic or something?
It's a comic book, yeah.
I gotta check that out. That sounds very, very interesting. I gotta check that out.
It's called Poe Noir.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, because honestly, noir is actually like a seasoned art to do. It's not easy. It's not easy to make a noir film and make it interesting. And then what's even more not simple to do nowadays is to make a noir film that's updated and new. Because noir is very much a past art thing. It's from the 40s, where men had a very distrustful view of women because it was the war. Women were at home, and stuff like that. So
the closest thing we've gotten recently was the Batman, but it wasn't. It wasn't fully noir though. It wasn't fully noir though.
It wasn't fully noir, but it was. It was almost like
they tried to go that direction.
Yeah, I want to say it was like revisionist. It was like revisionist neo noir.
Yes, that's actually a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I think comics would translate to noir pretty well, because a lot of people in comics have inner thoughts. Instead of being inner thoughts, it'd be the voiceover from noir.
Right. And there are some people that just do it very well. Like, there's an art to doing narration.
Frank Miller wrote noir into all of his Batman stories.
Yep. Yeah. And Frank Miller with Sin City, that was it's like I said, there's an art to doing narration. You can't just do it just to do it, or just to like,
Right.
or I'm gonna try to push the story forward with narration. No, that's a very cheap way to do things. You have to do it to a point where it enhances the art and
Right.
pushes the story. If
Right.
it's not gonna do both of those, do not use narration. You
Right.
look desperate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Awesome stuff, man.
Oh yeah, like
I'm excited to see what comes next for you and hear from you too.
oh man, I'm super excited to see what's gonna happen next. I mean, the most exciting thing about it is that I don't know what's gonna happen next.
Right.
I'm just like, I'm just, I'm being carried away, you know. So, but I know whatever's next is gonna be great.
All right, man. Well, real quick here, before we start doing our plugs and our what we call the hard questions, right? I'm gonna give everybody the update real quick. This is where we are on the build. So I built the Sleeping Beauty VHS case
Oh,
right there. Now, what's cool about this, and this is what I love about this whole kit, when you open up the front right there, Maleficent's inside the book, or inside the VHS tape.
Man, how'd you get Angelina Jolie in there?
I know. Like Angelina Jolie just hanging out. Again, a lot of the cool things from last week. I thought this was cool. So, where was it? So down here, inside of the Beauty and the Beast book, when you open that up, Gaston's on the inside.
Oh, that's dope.
But then
He would never be found inside a book.
True, it's true. What I did like about this is when you flip up the back right there, you've got the rose inside of the book.
That's dope.
So far, it's some pretty cool stuff here.
Yeah.
So let's get into these hard questions. All right, we're gonna get into these are the hardest questions you're ever gonna be asked.
Oh boy.
Okay. So.
Oh no.
Let's get it. You ready for this?
Ready.
All right. What is your favorite kind of taco?
Ooh, chicken. Spicy chicken tacos.
Ooh, I dig it. I dig it. All right. Hey, actually, you being from the city, man, where's your favorite place to get tacos?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. It ain't got no name, bro. I was working in FedEx in San Jose. There was this truck. I don't know the name of this. I don't know what it's called, but they had the best spicy chicken tacos ever. It was the sauce that they used. And the only way I'll get them is if I go to San Jose and I follow that truck. I know exactly, I literally know exactly where it's going to be, like tomorrow. At 10 a.m., I know exactly where it'll be. But yeah, those are the best ones I got. But it don't have no name. It's just the truck.
It's just the truck.
The truck in Campbell, California.
Oh, specifically in Campbell. All right.
It's specifically Campbell. Yeah, the truck in Campbell.
So, what's some advice that you might give somebody who's trying to get into the industry? You know, somebody who's just getting in and they ask you for advice. Like, what would be your advice to them?
My advice would be, I'll give you two pieces of advice. My advice would be, first of all, it would be if you want to, anybody who ever, a wise man once told me, anybody who ever did anything great, they studied the greats that came before them. So I would study what other people have done before you try. I mean, definitely make it your own, but study how other people made it. And secondly, I would say try again. You know, you're not a professional until you put in 10,000 hours.
That's actually again good advice. Very good advice.
So let's get back to my page here.
Oh, you know what? We didn't prep a fight for him.
No.
Right? I gotta whoop somebody.
No. Normally, what we'll do is we'll take one of your characters, find a similar character to your character, put them up in a fight against somebody, and ask you who would win in that fight.
Oh, okay, let's do it.
So we got to figure out. Okay, who's a character? Oh, you know what? No, let's throw a wrench in this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who would win in a fight
Sergeant Tusk
Ooh.
or I'm trying to think of a military related character that's just a badass.
Same one says Superman. Yeah.
No,
No, same one.
Sergeant
Superman.
Tusk, Sergeant Tusk, or Rambo.
Ooh. Are we talking like? Because see, Sergeant Tusk right now, he's just in basic training.
But I mean, okay, no. I'll give you the
probably
benefit.
wouldn't win against Rambo right now.
No. We're talking Sergeant Tusk at his prime
At his prime.
and Rambo at his prime.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Sergeant Tusk.
Okay,
I'm going with Tusk. You know,
and that's
you know.
I'm saying that is a preview for where Sergeant Tusk is going to go, ladies.
Yeah.
And
Oh
gentlemen.
yeah. Sergeant Tusk finna go crazy. You know what I mean? He finna go crazy. Like you know.
Because Sergeant Tusk again, he's World War II era, correct?
World War II era, but the thing is because his body doesn't tire out like most people when they age, he actually ends up serving World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War, and then he retires during Kuwait during Desert Storm.
Damn, he goes all the way from World War II
to Desert Storm.
to Desert Storm. Holy shit!
And then retires after Desert Storm.
Wow.
Do not mess with Sergeant Tusk. I say again, do not mess with Sergeant Tusk. He's gonna kill everyone.
Yeah. Sergeant Tusk go hard. That's what I'm saying. Rambo wouldn't stand a chance.
I get it. John Rambo's a badass, but
look, all respect to Rambo. You don't want to tangle with him. Unless God is on your side, you do not want to tangle with Rambo. He'll kill you. But
Sergeant Tusk literally has God on his side.
He got God on his side for real. You don't want to mess with Sergeant Tusk.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. And when we came up with that one on the fly, that's good. All right, so
that was great. That was great.
I usually have research already set up on that one. So it's like, so what's next for you, man? What's coming up next?
Well, not many people know about this one. I've only told two people. I've only told two people about it so far. What's next is a project very, very near and dear to my heart. It's going to be something completely brand new, and it's basically I put together a little treatment script of it right now, and I'm working with my brother Jesse. When I send you guys Beneath the City, you'll understand who Jesse is. He's the star of the movie.
Okay.
Me and my brother Jesse, we're putting it together. We talked about it today actually, and it's going to be something, like I said, completely brand new. It's an experimental avant-garde biblical biopic.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy, right? And basically, I'm taking the Book of Revelation and I'm turning it into a movie.
Oh shit, that might be kind of crazy.
Yeah, and that's why it's going to be experimental, because basically everything that Revelation says, I'm putting it exactly the way it says.
Okay,
interesting.
That is very interesting.
But that is what I'm working on currently.
Okay,
nice.
And and you'll actually get to see me do acting in it, because I'm gonna play John, the Revelator.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have like a makeup artist make me look old and stuff.
Any cons coming up for you, or any other shows that you have coming up? Anything in the immediate future?
I have a Comic-Con. I'm gonna be at BCAF, or Black Comic Art Festival. And Lord willing, I'll be at DreamCon in Texas. They haven't hit me back yet, but I think they'll say yes. So, but yeah,
the content fits for Texas as well. So
Yeah, and that's in July. And I'm pretty sure I'll find other cons to be at. I haven't found any yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll find other cons to be at
Okay.
in the coming time.
Yeah, we'll have to Phil. We'll have to get the contact list, especially with Dylan, who's the independent filmmaker that works with vets and his stuff too.
You know what? He would actually probably like Dylan's movies because they deal with religion too.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, man, hook me up with him. Like, maybe we could do some work together.
Yeah, he's just in Reno.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the movie specific because they're out right now, but they're specifically about basically a team of mercenaries for God that fight that fight demons.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. I like it.
Yeah, he has the ones called The Flock, and then Ghost is its sequel.
Yeah,
I'll send you that info.
Ghost, as in his code name is he's the Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no, send me his info. We'll chop it up.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, where can everybody find you, follow you, and learn more about you, man? Like if they want to find out more about what you're doing and kind of just follow you in general.
I'm on Instagram at Troja Entertainment. I don't have my website up yet. It's under construction, but it is soon to come. But for right now, you can check me out on Instagram at Troja Entertainment. I have all my updates on there. Oh, also, if any of you guys listening are in Alaska, St. Jude is I forgot to mention this. St. Jude is a what's it called? It is being shown as an exhibit in the Anchorage Museum in Alaska. So you can check out the exhibit there. And it's going to be up there for like a year. So it's, I never thought St. Jude would ever be in a museum, but it is, so glory be to God for that. But Troja Entertainment on Instagram is where you can find me.
Okay, that's awesome, man. So I'd like to thank you for coming on the show, man. We've had a whole bunch of fun learning about your characters and learning about your work and everything.
Thank you for having me. This is a fun interview, man. It's very very funny. You guys are hilarious. You guys are hilarious.
And that's the goal, man. It's always for you to have fun. Now, show's not over yet, man. So if you want to stick around and hang out with us for a little bit longer, we're gonna get into some more nerdy things here, man. Like I mentioned at the top of the show, we're gonna get back into our bracket. And right now we're voting on worst video game movie adaptation.
Okay, look, I heard about that. Now look, I wish I could stay with y'all, but I gotta attend to some stuff in my home.
No worries, man.
I will say this: worst. Okay, I got two of them for you. Worst video game adaptation. Number one, the Mario movie with Bob Hoskins.
What?
and John Leguizamo.
Still on the
Terrible.
list. Yeah, it made it to the second round, so that's still there.
Yeah.
What? Come on.
But the worst video game movie of all time, Street Fighter.
Which
also
one?
Still on the list.
Which one? There's been like three of them.
You didn't.
The one with Raul Julia.
Yeah.
And Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
You didn't put. You know what's funny is the Chun-Li movie was way worse, and you didn't put that on.
It was way worse. I'm glad I didn't see it.
It's way
Chun-Li
worse.
movie's terrible.
Like the way they made Blanca in the Street Fighter movie. I'm like, what? That's not Blanca. What are you doing?
Exactly.
And Dalsim supposed to be Indian.
Yeah,
with long arms.
Yeah. They didn't do any of that. Dalsim in that movie wasn't even really Dalsim. So I mean, like, Sagat was barely Sagat. He wasn't Thai for sure. That dude like he was Indian. Yeah,
the only one that they damn near got right was Bison, but they didn't even get him right. And and they almost got Chun-Li right, but not really.
The only Street Fighter movie, and it's not an official movie, was Assassin's Fist, which was the Ken and Ryu story that was on YouTube.
Okay. I heard the Assassin's Creed movie was bad too, so I didn't even waste
that movie's on the list too.
It definitely is on the
They
whole
just
list.
can't do it right. They just
Yeah.
can't do it right. I don't know
Really
why.
bad.
They just can't do it right. Like,
Really bad.
but hey, look, that new Mario movie, that was good.
Slap.
That was good.
It's fire.
Sonic was okay, but
But like Sonic was still good though. Like Sonic already got voted off because it was a good movie.
all right. Well, okay, look. There's only one thing I got. There's only one piece of beef I got with Sonic. Jim Carrey is not.
Yes.
I repeat, not Dr. Robotnik. Like, like I want to see
also
somebody.
my beef.
Huh?
That's also my beef. He's definitely not Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to see somebody that looked like Dr. Robotnik, that looked like an egg with legs.
Hey, he's just the ultimate version of Dr. Robotnik. You know, like Eddie Brock became this really skinny kid in Ultimate.
Oh no! I mean, the second one was better than the first one.
Yeah. Oh, with Knuckles.
With Knuckles, yeah.
It's
Idris Elba playing Knuckles. I was like, that was a good choice.
That was perfect.
That was a good choice. That was a good choice.
I don't think they could have done better casting.
Yeah, because Knuckles was my favorite character from Sonic. Yeah. So like I was like, y'all better not mess that up, or I'm done with this whole thing.
And they went with the original version of Knuckles because the newer version of Knuckles is kind of dumb. So it's like,
the original version, he was stone cold.
Yeah, he was a warrior.
Yeah, he was a warrior echidna, stone cold. He didn't even like Sonic, you know.
Right.
But but man, I had a real blast, you guys, man. Real blast on the show with you guys, man. Thanks for having me.
It's been our pleasure for you gracing us with this, man. And when we hope to have you on the show again in the future when you have future projects.
Oh man, hey, when Sergeant Tusk come out, I'd love to come back and show it to you guys, man.
Absolutely, man. You're more than welcome to come back on the show and have some fun with this, man.
All right, for sure, man. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
You
too, man.
All right.
Well, that was good, man. It was really fun, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, let's get into this now. Go ahead and because I'm kind of like looking at everything here.
Yeah, I'll read through the options that we have. Obviously, Super Mario Brothers somehow people voted to be worse than Five Nights at Freddy's, so I'll let that one slide, I guess.
Well, because a lot of people liked Five Nights at Freddy's, so yeah. Plus, I think most of it was because most people hadn't seen Five Nights at Freddy's, so they went with the one that they knew was bad.
All right, so I had Hitman versus the 2021 Mortal Kombat.
Hitman won that one.
Yes, because the 2021 Mortal Kombat was pretty damn good.
It was actually decent,
despite a brand new character never existing in the game.
Which I'm fine with that if at some point they bring him in as a character.
Yes. Tomb Raider Cradle of Life versus Assassin's Creed.
Oh, I don't know. I think Assassin's Creed won that one.
Wow, Cradle of Life was abysmal.
that was we were making the arguments about how bad that movie was, though.
What about the 2018 Tomb Raider versus the first Resident Evil?
I think Tomb Raider won that one.
Wow, that's surprising because most people hate Resident Evil.
I do not like that Resident Evil movie. That movie was terrible.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation versus Monster Hunter.
Annihilation won that one. That movie was absolutely fucking terrible.
So is Monster Hunter because it's hey, let's put Alice from Resident Evil into Monster Hunter. Boom, new character.
That movie. I mean, I think the part of that again was that a lot of people hadn't seen that movie, so they couldn't really vote on it.
Right. Prince of Persia versus Doom.
Doom.
Wow.
Everybody hated that movie.
What? The FPS really made that movie.
That was the only scene that was good in that movie.
Yeah. Blood Rain versus Tekken.
I want to say Blood Rain won that one.
Blood Rain was atrocious.
I know Sewong voted for Tekken because he was saying Tekken's like it was terrible.
Yeah, it was awful. Sonic 1 versus Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
What? Those are $300 sunglasses, asshole.
Sonic 1 was it was at least decent.
Yeah. Street Fighter versus Werewolves Within.
Werewolves Within.
What?
No. No, Street Fighter, because nobody watched Werewolves Within.
I don't say nobody.
No, but I mean, like, nobody in the chat had seen it.
Okay. Max Payne or Silent Hill?
I don't remember if it was. I don't remember which one won that one.
Chad, if you remember, let us know. Did you get to Alone in the Dark versus Need for Speed?
No, that was the next one we were going to do.
Okay. All right. I would assume Max Payne beat out Silent Hill for being a worst movie because it's Marky Mark versus Sean Bean, who actually survived, let alone in a horror movie. So long says Max Payne won. So
okay, so Max Payne won that one.
Yeah, good. Because that was awful as well. I'm not biased at all.
It's like, yeah, no, I didn't hate that movie that much. It was terrible. Okay.
Oh yeah. Anything by our good friend Yui Bowl has just been atrocious.
And that's kind of like what one of the things I was trying to bring up is that Yui Bowl just makes terrible video game adaptations.
I think he just makes terrible movies, and it just happen to be video games.
Yeah.
As in, he walked past the rental shelf one day, saw a title, and he goes, "You know what? I won't play this game at all, and I'll make a movie about it."
That's pretty much every one that he makes, because Werewolf Within was also a Yui Bowl movie, wasn't it?
Werewolves Within? No.
Yeah. It wasn't?
No. Werewolves Within was had some big names in there. Had the AT&T chick.
We saw that. So we saw that there was a whole bunch of big names in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows is in it as well.
Yeah.
Harvey Guillen.
Yeah,
he's in it. So that is a damn good movie, I thought. But speaking of you Bull, we have Alone in the Dark then versus Need for Speed.
Didn't watch either of them just because I don't want to watch. I just kind of don't want to watch any movie from Yui Bowl after the first one I saw of his. And Need for Speed, I did not hear any good things about, so I was just kind of turned off on watching it.
I mean, so you have Tara Reid and Christian Slater in Alone in the Dark versus I don't know anyone in Need for Speed. Maybe Emil Hirsch was in it. I don't know.
Need for Speed had Jesse from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
He was the main character.
Forrest is in the chat. Forrest is saying Alone in the Dark. Oh. I'm saying Need for Speed because you know how I love my bad horror movies, so I wouldn't consider them bad.
Yeah. I have a need for speed.
Yes. So Aaron saying it's one of his Need for Speed is one of his guilty pleasures, but it was terrible. So do you think it's a worse movie than Alone in the Dark? What about you, young Phil?
I would say Alone in the Dark was probably worse.
It was bad, really bad. Trust me.
I'm checking Instagram. I don't see anybody voting on Instagram here.
Okay. The Instagrams,
the Instagrams.
Love me some Instagrams. Poor Alone in the Dark.
I just noticed Aaron said blasphemous. OG Mario movie is a cinematic masterpiece.
I agree. It is a fantastic movie. I love the original Mario Brothers movie. Absolutely do.
Okay, so it's a guilty pleasure, but it is a terrible movie. It is. There's
Yeah.
nothing good about that movie. I went back and watched it recently and was like, "Fuck! Why did I ever like this movie? This movie sucked."
Oh my! I saw this in theaters when it came out. I saw the Mario Brothers in theaters, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Once again, though, I like bad movies.
Right. So it's like your opinion doesn't count.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I get told all the time. It's all right. All right, I think Alone in the Dark is moving on here. Now we have Detective Pikachu.
Which actually was a good movie.
If you like Pokemon, yes. Versus the star-studded cast of Wing Commander.
Oh, Wing Commander wins that hands down. Wing Commander is one of those movies that was so bad that the cast that was in the movie regretted making that movie.
Yes, that is a very fair statement. Yeah.
There's
See,
not a
oh
person
God, Wing Commander.
there's not an actor that was in that movie that didn't regret it. Freddie Prinze Jr. says that the script that he read was not the movie they made.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and let's face it. I mean, if you weren't going to have the OG people that were in the AVI based video games,
Fucking Mark Hamill. Mark
yes,
Hamill was in the fucking game.
Right. Yeah. They already made the movie. Is in the game.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the biggest sin of Wing Commander is that you already had, by the time this came out, 2 or 3 Wing Commander games under your belt. They're like 4 to 6 CDs
that people fucking loved.
Yes, and you didn't get Mark Hamill in it. Are you stupid?
He didn't even make a cameo in it. Like,
right.
You don't even get Mark Hamill to do a cameo in a video game property that he made famous. All right, Say Wong. The Phantom Menace trailer saved the box office for that abomination. Wing Commander is fucking great. Superstar Freddie Prinze Jr. is a national treasure. You bite your tongue, sure. There was also a cartoon show.
Yeah. I think Wing Commander is going to move on. I didn't like Detective Pikachu. I know you're biased towards it though because it's Ryan Reynolds.
But it's not even that. It's not even the Ryan Reynolds thing. I liked the way that they kind of just like threw you into the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like it's definitely a movie made for like fans of Pokemon, right? And
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, like and the way that they did the characters, like, you know, Charizard was fucking menacing, dude. Like, he was a scary looking character, and that's kind of what you expect out of a Charizard. You expect him to be a fucking scary character.
Yeah, I mean that is true for people that enslave animals, make them fight for their whims.
It's 100% true. There's no lie there.
Yeah, but yeah, Wing Commander was awful. Like I said, it was a star-studded cast too, as well.
Again,
wasn't Jake Busey in that? Well?
I think Jake Busey was in it, but then also what's his name? He was in the original Scream. I'm feeling woozy, man.
Matthew Lillard
was in it.
Yeah. It's star-studded cast. It should have done great. It should have.
And it's funny because Matthew Lillard and Freddie Prinze Jr. they were fresh off of Scooby-Doo.
Right.
And both of them were just like, this is not the movie that we were told we were making, and it's fucking terrible.
Yeah. I'd definitely say Wing Commander moves on because I think it's fun to do sometimes the worst of, especially when there's this category of being awful movies and just being a joke in Hollywood and gamers' views is bad movies, especially video game movies. You know, so I like that. I said we can also redo this list to make the best bracket as well.
Yeah. So
that was my purpose in this. So next up, we have the woman you have trapped in your book. There's Maleficent's movie, Tomb Raider, the original one from 2001, versus The Rock Sucks. The Rock Sucks. Rampage.
Okay, so we're talking Rampage versus the original Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
I mean, neither of them were good.
No, they were awful.
Like, at least you got to look at Angelina Jolie in the
Yes, but they weren't triangles. I needed triangles.
Yeah, they weren't triangle boobs, right?
Yeah.
Also, sidebar graveyard. I'm gonna need more engagement from you on Phil's Monday morning game stream.
Oh,
I can only talk to myself so much in that chat.
if you want to pay my bills, I'm more than happy to be able to do more.
Yeah, he's been Graveyard's been he's been tasked to do more shit on those days.
Yeah.
So it's the only reason that he hasn't been as engaging lately.
Yeah. It's been awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he is modding from work.
It's already a hard thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Tomb Raider was a decent effort. I mean, it was good enough to warrant the sequel at least, right? You know, with Cradle of Life.
It's also a terrible movie.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. So Say Wong saying Rampage. Uh-oh. Don't let James hear this. We're really in a rock movie to be among the worst. I will agree. Rampage was atrocious.
I mean, my issue with Rampage is the same issue I have with almost every video game movie that comes out is, you know, there is a premise in the game that is fine the way it is, and they just ignore it.
Right. Also, they had the gall to have the monsters eat Silk Spectre too. That's not okay.
I honestly forgot she was in that movie.
Yes, she was eaten. She was the bad guy. I'm like, no, you leave Ackerman alone. She is Silk Spectre too. Then you have The Rock, who was trying to out gorilla the gorilla at times, it seemed like.
I mean, like, how else do you make a movie that stars The Rock other than, you know, making the entire movie about him and not about, you know, about George?
Yeah. Rampage was definitely known for the human side, not just giant monsters destroying buildings.
Again, that's part of the problem with, like, when they start doing all these movies is they don't focus on, you know, the characters we want to see. Like Transformers didn't focus on giant robots beating the shit out of each other.
Right.
You know, and that's kind of where my issue with those movies lies. You know, it's like, oh, but we have to give you a grounded human element. Like, no, you don't. I just want to see robots beat the shit out of each other.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the typical spin of video games. They have to make it more appealing to the masses. If you stick only the source material, they won't make enough money. I would agree and disagree with that, because if they do it well enough, the people that bought 200 million copies of the games will 200 million tickets.
Exactly.
So if they do it better to the source material, you have more people see it. So I think it's in their best interest to make it as close as fucking possible.
Yeah. No, that's exactly how I feel.
Pacific Rim has entered the chat. Pacific Rim was fantastic.
Pacific Rim was good.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim was a good movie.
Yeah. So Phil, what's your vote? Rampage or Tomb Raider?
Jesus. Rampage or Tomb Raider? I say both.
You don't give one to each? That's fair.
Rampage or Tomb Raider? Rampage or Tomb Raider? Which one was worse? I'm gonna go Rampage.
There you go. Sorry, James, when you're listening to this later on, we know we voted a Rock movie.
James is gonna pop up in the chat like right now and be like, "Wait, you guys voted The Rock off?"
No. The way you look, if you listen to this later, James, we kept him in the bracket longer just for you. Oh man! All right, next up we have Warcraft, which all that development hell that existed for how long? Between Sam Raimi and Del Toro, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Development hell that was Warcraft versus the classic House of the Dead.
Oh God, House
The
of the
first
Dead.
one, because there were two,
House of the Dead was bad.
which was our favorite friend Ubol's creation.
Warcraft. My issue with Warcraft wasn't the story as much as it was that the pacing was terrible.
Yeah.
You know, like it was just it was not executed correctly,
Mm-hmm.
but it had the potential to be a decent movie.
Yeah.
Had the potential. Again, execution was shitty. So
Right.
versus something like House of the Dead that has nothing to do with the original premise.
No.
I'm gonna go House of the Dead on this one.
Yeah, because I recently, for Salem's birthday, went to, I don't know if you've heard of the Galloping Ghost in Chicago. It is the country's largest arcade bar.
Mm-hmm.
They have, I think they're up to like 500 video game machines. We played House of the Dead. We played all the House of the Deads. The first one, after you have to spend, $50 to beat it, the story is only 15 minutes long. So I don't know how you do it. I'm like, you could have just made it like, I think with House of the Dead, they tried to do Resident Evil, but everyone has the guns, and that's it.
Yeah. Which that takes away from the entire story.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's no longer survival if you give everybody the guns.
Correct.
Which is what the movies were.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got to keep in mind, in the game, you have unlimited ammo, so you just don't have unlimited dollars.
Yeah.
So, and because of that, yeah, like it didn't even come close. Like it would have been cool to have it more. I think they should take the FPS scene from Doom and have applied it to more FPS games.
Yeah.
It took forever for someone to do a whole movie in first person, right? What was that? Upgrade? Was it Upgrade?
No. What was it, like Rampage something? I'm trying to remember the name of that. It was like some normal ass name too.
Right. Oh, was it Hardware Henry or something like
Hardware
that?
Henry. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Or Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore Henry. Yeah.
Henry.
Yeah.
Because that whole movie was done in first person, which again, cool concept, not executed correctly.
Correct. But that's why that's why I love that scene though in Doom, just because it was perfectly done.
Yeah. That's probably the only thing in Doom that was good.
I like Carl Urban in it.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll give you that, Carl Urban. But I mean, Carl Urban is good in anything he does.
And was he called the Preacher? The sleazy scumbag that's all Rob Zombie stuff. Yeah, I think it's Priest or Preacher. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, Priest. Yeah.
So I like that. But moving on, I think House of the Dead definitely wins this year. I voted for House of the Dead too, just because it was atrocious. And like I said,
terrible.
It's a horror movie, and I'm saying it's bad.
Yeah. And that's saying a lot, because a lot of horror movies are fucking terrible. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but this is just an insult to horror movies and an insult to video games.
Well, it's mostly because Yui Bowl trying to make a movie, and we all know Yui Bowl can't make movies to save his life.
Yeah,
so,
people keep giving him money.
I think he's independent. He does everything on his own. I don't know how he makes his money.
No idea. No idea.
Yeah. Because every movie that he makes is independent, and he does it because he wants to make those movies. Like I give him the only bit of respect that I give him is not for his filmmaking, but for he does properties that he enjoys.
Right. Yeah, and we had this. I had a filmmaker on last night, and something we discussed is stuff we discussed here too with like Josh and Dylan. They made a movie, which is an accomplishment in itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's hard to give people too much shit sometimes.
Yeah.
But
and not just that, he made a shitty movie with good actors in it. So
right.
That actually is an accomplishment to make a Razzie worth movie.
Yes.
With good actors in it.
Yeah. I said I have more problems, going after independent people just because they are constrained by a lot of stuff. But I have no problems giving shit to M. Night Shyamalan, who's given stupid amounts of money for shit.
Yeah, fucking M. Night Shyamalan and the fucking movies that he makes. His movies are fucking terrible.
Yeah. So, and that's why I give them more shit than anything else, just because of that. But next up, I don't know if anyone's ever seen these two movies, Dead or Alive versus Far Cry.
I want to say Uwe Boll made Far Cry.
He did.
Yeah. And again, not based on any of the properties that that Far Cry had. With all the storytelling that Far Cry has had over the years, did not use any of the stories from Far Cry.
Correct. Yeah, and Dead or Alive is just. If you look, have you seen the cover for it?
No, I
if you brought it to your house, you'd think, "Hey, I just rented softcore porn."
Which, I mean, Dead or Alive basically is softcore porn.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. They definitely had the the swimsuit mode in those games.
Yeah.
But it is awful. They both are absolutely awful movies. That's why I'm saying Far Cry though, because you had such a rich story in Far Cry to make the shit that came out was atrocious. Like the Far Cry stories have been great.
Yeah, Far Cry is amazing just as a franchise. And I know a lot of people will complain about Far Cry 6. I liked the story in Far Cry 6. I thought it was good.
So are you saying Far Cry or Dead or Alive?
I say Far Cry just because it's a fucking it's disrespectful to the fans to make that movie was even made.
Yes. Yeah, and Dead or Alive is exactly what it is. It's just women fighting, and that's what you get. I mean, that's you can't expect too much. Oh, Say Wong says Dead or Alive.
That possibly means that he's actually seen Dead or Alive.
I would even though Kevin Nash is in it. Yeah. I mean, Say Wong seems like he is an RPG and fighter gamer mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dead or Alive, that franchise. I don't know when the last time a DOA game's been made. It's been like since the Xbox 360.
It's been a while, man.
It's been a long while.
It's been a minute since they've actually done one of those games.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think Far Cry, unless Aaron has any vote here, Far Cry will move on.
Yeah. So we've only got about 6 minutes left. So I've got about half of the Little Mermaid VHS tape made.
Oh, sweet.
You can see. Yeah.
Yeah.
The way that is right there. There's 2 bags left, so I'm just going to save that for next week.
And for anyone under 30, a VHS is what you used to have to watch movies. And you had to rewind it when you were done. Unless you're super rich and had the VCR that automatically rewound it when it reached the end.
My mom actually had a VHS rewinder.
Oh, so we had that growing up too.
Yeah, but it was in the shape of the trunk of a 57 Chevy.
Ha, nice.
It was dope. You pop the trunk and then put the VHS in it, and it rewinded it for you.
Yeah. Do you want to do the last one for this is the last one for this round?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Uncharted.
Oh God.
Versus Double Dragon.
Oh fuck. Okay. Look, and I'm over here like giving you guys whatever answer I can right now, but as much as I immediately wanted to say Uncharted,
yep,
Double Dragon is on that list of top 5 worst movies, not just video game adaptations, worst movies ever made.
Yes.
Double Dragon has bad acting, has no premise that has anything to do with the game. And it's fucking bad. It's bad for the 80s.
Yes.
That says a lot.
Yeah. Even though it came out in the 90s. It came out in the 90s.
It came out in the 90s? I was going to say, what was it, 89? No. So it was I know it was early 90s then. It was probably like 91 then, right?
I think 93, 94 maybe.
Oh, was it that late?
I'd have to remember. I I wiped that movie from my head as
Movie's
much as I
fucking
possibly could.
bad, man. Double Dragon
94.
was fucking 94.
Yes.
Oh my god, it came out that late,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
Scott Wolf
Yes.
and Mark Dacascos, and it's like,
Yes. Iron Chef.
yeah,
and you know the T-1000.
Robert Patrick's in it. Alyssa Milano was in that movie.
Vanna White. Come on.
Christina
Michael Berryman.
Wagner was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that movie was terrible. And then again, it was disrespectful for those of us who were fans of the game. James and I, we went to when we did Gem State Comic Con, and they had like the big gaming cabinets that were there. One of the games we could play was the original Double Dragon.
Yes.
Right. And we went and played it. Like me and James were like, oh, we're gonna go try this thing out. Oh, they got Double Dragon. Let's play Double Dragon. Right. And it was just, we were just like, what the fuck, man? It just like it reminded us how bad it was. Like that movie was just really bad. So and I'm just looking at the chat right now. SNK made a pretty good fighting game out of it. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess. It looks like Double Dragon is definitely
absolutely. I'm playing Double Dragon as much as I hate Uncharted.
Yeah, and again, like Uncharted, there are different reasons why I didn't like that. Right, like I don't like the way that they portrayed Sully. I think it's not just Mark Wahlberg playing Sully; it's the way that they portrayed Sully. You know, especially if you know the storyline, Sully is a fucking dirtbag. You know, he betrays Nathan. Like, you know, well, was it the first game or the second game when he betrays Nathan?
I think second.
It was the second game, right? And you find out that he's just like he's just sleazebag, right? You don't really get the sleazebag out of him in that movie, right? You don't really get a good portrayal, but then at the same time, you also don't get the father figure out of him, because you got to remember that Sully basically raised Nathan.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, you know, you don't really get that like fatherly feel out of it. He's just kind of like his friend. Right. Yeah. So I didn't like that. I didn't like that they mashed up scenes from like 3 different games.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, Uncharted had its problems, but Double Dragon was, again, hands down one of the worst movies ever made. So Double Dragon, I'm calling it now, Double Dragon.
Yeah. And what sucks for Uncharted was originally it was supposed to be Marky Mark playing, you know, Nathan Drake.
He's too old to play Nathan Drake.
Well, originally because it was in development hell forever.
Yeah.
And it is rumored that Bruce Campbell was going to be Sully.
Okay, I think I would have liked Bruce Campbell as Sully.
Just right? That Sully essentially Sam Axe from Burn Notice.
Yeah. Now, also keep in mind that Nathan Drake is based on Nathan Fillion. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you saw the YouTube video, the YouTube short. Yeah, the one where he plays Nathan Drake. Yeah, because that was back when they were trying to like get a movie made, and they made that short. And like 100%, like it's if you didn't think that Nathan Drake was based on Nathan Fillion, watching Nathan Fillion play an older Nathan Drake was like, oh no, now you see how Nathan Drake is based on Nathan Fillion, because like everything he did was just, you know, exactly the way Nathan Drake plays it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it was, that was what I wanted it to be. It's not what it ended up being. Right. But yeah, no, again, I have nothing good to say about Double Dragon. So I say Double Dragon here. Is there anybody in the Instagram chat? Because there's a couple people in here. Is there anybody in the Instagram chat that has a say on this? Do you guys think Double Dragon or Uncharted? Same deal in YouTube and in Twitch here.
Oh yeah, so like I said, say Wong says Double Dragon all the way, which I agree that movie is, you know, someone looked at that and goes, you know what, we should just do Mortal Kombat because the other fighting game we had was great.
God, Mortal Kombat.
Love Mortal Kombat. Saw both of them in theaters.
Mortal Kombat, the first one was like, again, it was for a movie in the 90s, it was okay. At least the first one was okay. You know, we got some of the stuff we wanted, not everything we wanted. The best part of that movie is Goro, anyways.
Oh, absolutely.
Goro getting punched in the balls.
Yeah.
All right. You just watch Goro getting punched in the nards. It's great. The second movie was absolutely abhorrent.
Yes. I mean, poor guy. They got Chris Farley's brother from Beverly Hills Ninja to be in both. It was Liu Kang.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Robin Shou is great.
Yes.
I like. I think Robin Shou was a perfect pick for Liu Kang.
Oh, absolutely.
Because even to this day, when you play the games, I feel like they still base Liu Kang on Robin Shou's performance.
Well, and they based Shang Tsung off of Shang Tsung from that movie too.
Right, and then he still plays him. Kerry Tagawa still plays Shang Tsung in the games. I think he's the only one that transferred over and still plays his character.
Yes,
because in Mortal Kombat, the latest one was Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah,
Kerry Tagawa plays Shang Tsung in that, and it's like that's amazing. I love that Kerry Tagawa is still playing Shang Tsung to this day,
and his likenesses are him.
Yes, it's still young Kerry Tagawa is still Shang Tsung.
Yeah,
so it's great that they went that route, but yeah, I mean, like again, the new Mortal Kombat movie, which moved on or didn't move on, obviously because it's a better movie. Again, had its problems. There are some problematic things in that movie as far as like for the fans, but there's a lot of fan service in that movie.
Yeah.
And for me, I got exactly what I wanted. I called this out from the beginning. I wanted them to focus on the rivalry between Sub-Zero and Scorpion. I wanted to see Hanzo Hasashi as Hanzo Hasashi, and we got a lot of that. We got a lot of Hanzo Hasashi.
Yes.
And I thought that was dope. Like it's this. I love that character. He's the reason Scorpion's my favorite character is when they started writing the backstory for him and showing like the only thing that's missing in that whole thing is that Quan Chi is the reason that Scorpion and Sub-Zero have the rivalry.
Yeah, because he killed the other clan, blamed it on the other.
And blamed it on them, right? Quan Chi is the reason all of that happened. Again, if you play the games, you know that. So
yeah, I mean I do like the new one. I think they got the perfect guy to play Scorpion, hands down.
Yeah. Oh, I love him as an actor, man.
Oh,
and he's like he's a real samurai, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's an actual samurai, even though he's technically playing a ninja. But I mean, like, yeah, he's an actual samurai in real life. So it's like, that the new movie got a lot right, except for everybody complains. Well, I don't have a problem with Colt. I think as a character, he fits in the world, even though he's not a character that is in there. And the sun powers, like that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought it'd been better if they go. And by the way, here he is now in the Mortal Kombat games.
I was hoping for that. I was hoping actually because Mortal Kombat 11 came out right around that time.
Yep.
I was hoping that they were gonna put Colt in the game, right, or at least make him a unlockable character.
Mm-hmm. But nope.
But nothing. I mean, like make him the new Reptile, right? Like he's a character that like makes no sense in the world, but he's in the game, right? Like I would have been okay with him being Reptile from MK1, right? But I mean, like we didn't get any of that. But again, like we got Sector, we got Cyrax, we got they actually tell the story about that and how they're actually Lin Q that become robots.
Oh
right?
yeah,
like,
they sign up for the initiative.
Yeah,
and like, different timelines. Sub-Zero does too. Smoke. They're
right.
all essentially cyborg at some point in time in the timeline.
Right, and what's funny is a lot of people were complaining about how Sub-Zero, spoilers, Sub-Zero dies in this movie, but it's like, well, Sub-Zero becomes Noob Saibot, so it's like that's the whole thing is they're setting it up so that his brother becomes the new Sub-Zero and he becomes Noob Saibot. Like
right.
Anybody who plays the games that actually knows the lore in the games saw what they were setting up in this movie.
And they actually did that in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, because Bihan's brother had a cameo in Annihilation saying, "Oh, that was my brother."
Yeah. Yeah.
So as much crap as we give those, they actually did the Bihan storyline right.
Yeah, because he's his brother is the maskless Sub-Zero that everybody thought was like, oh yeah, Sub-Zero doesn't have a mask. Well, no, that's his brother.
Right.
Right. Yeah. His younger brother is the Sub-Zero without the mask.
Yep.
And like I said, Bihan becomes Noob Saibot.
Yep.
Yeah, but because Quan Chi turns him into Noob Saibot and wipes his memory, so he doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the redeeming storyline with Noob Saibot is, the whole point is they're trying to, once they figure out that it's Bihan, they're trying to have him remember his old life, which they can't because Quan Chi literally wiped him. So he's like a fucking hard drive that they wiped. I'm sorry, we all went off on a whole rant on Mortal Kombat. In the end, Double Dragon wins this this fucking bracket. So can we get a preview for next week? Like what movies are going up against each other?
Yeah, absolutely. So next up we have, where I put this. Yeah, video games worst. So we have we'll have Mario Brothers has moved on, Hitman, Assassin's Creed, Tomb Raider 2018, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Doom, Blood Rain, Mortal Kombat 95, Street Fighter, Max Payne, Alone in the Dark, Wing Commander, Rampage, House of the Dead, Far Cry, and Double Dragon.
Oh man.
So yeah, like I said, I can't wait to finish this one, and then we'll do a best one of the same thing, and then we'll have the best one versus the worst one, and see if the better one's better than the worst one, being the worst.
Oh, bad man. So that is it from us this week. Now, next week, our guest is another comic book artist that I believe was introduced to us through Veteran Comic Con. Okay. So his name is Mike Sears. And we're gonna be talking with him about his art and everything that he's got going on. No. Mike Sears is not from Veteran Comic Con. I just pulled up his page right now. Mike Sears was on. He's an artist, comic book artist and writer that he reached out to us, and he was in a Vice documentary.
Oh.
He was homeless for the longest time, and the documentary was about him coming up from being homeless to becoming an artist and everything like that, and going through his art. So it's actually a pretty compelling story. So we will be talking with him about his experience and everything that he's gone through and everything like that. Should be another fun conversation, guys. If you know us, they're always fun conversations. So. That is it from us this week, guys. Let's sorry, I was stopping the music. So yeah, that's it from us, guys. Of course, next week again, as far as the schedule goes, we're going to be continuing Cyberpunk 2077 and Assassin's Creed Mirage on Monday, and then Tuesday we've got a special show for you guys. Tuesday is going to be our holiday office party special, and we're gonna be eating some cookies and drinking some nog and stuff like that.
You guys can do that. I'll watch you do that. I will not be drinking eggnog.
Yeah, you don't like the nog?
No.
Oh man, we were gonna eat eggnog cookies too. So
have fun with that. But I mean, you'll have a very special appearance by the beard, though.
The beard will be there, and pretty much the entire Distance Nerding crew is going to be there. So we're going to have some fun, guys. That is going to be our Christmas special, and then again, Mike Sears on next week. So on the build next week, we'll be finishing up the Disney villains build. And again, just to give you guys a preview what's going on after that, after we're done with the Disney villains build. I'm going to be building the AT-AT on screen, so we're going to be building the AT-AT from Star Wars.
Sweet,
yeah. So it'll be a good time, guys. So that's it from us. It is now time for the dance party. I got to do this a different way. There we go. So let's go ahead and get this started.
Distance nerding.
James. Have James Bishop on the show. We'll see everybody next week.
Bye.